So we welcome you to the Nichotech virtual assistant training. We are excited to have you here as you take this bold step towards building this in-demand digital skill and starting your journey into remote work. I know some of us must have done some remote jobs before, or some of us might be new, but today we're taking this training to move you from little or no experience to becoming a confident and capable virtual assistant ready to work with clients both locally and globally. So there's this notion that being a virtual assistant means you're going to work for only people in the foreign world, or you're going to work for only people um, like maybe white people or people. Being a virtual assistant, you can work locally. You can work with people within the spheres of your contact. All right. So what it means to be a virtual assistant means you are helping people, anybody that you can help digitally. So you must not wait until you get that foreign job. You must not wait until you get that dollar job. For example, I call myself a virtual assistant of urgent 20k, urgent 30k. There are some people that will just tell me, oh please, I need you to link all my social media accounts. I'll tell them 15,000. They'll say thank you, thank you. It doesn't take me more than 2-3 seconds. I've done it and I've gotten urgent 15k. There are some people that will tell me, like that lady now that told me to add a logo to her video yesterday. That is a virtual assistant job. Using your digital skills to help business, help professionals to get better. Okay? So it doesn't mean that you only work with foreign people or cross-functional teams. You can work with local people or people around you and get paid for it. And get paid for it. So as you grow into virtual assistants today, small things will set you apart. Like the notes I dropped in classroom. We need to be what? Professional. For example, we started this meeting at 9. So there is an etiquette I dropped. Whenever you're hosting a meeting for your client as a virtual assistant, you need to make sure you are there before the set time. And when the meeting starts by 9, you don't start immediately. Okay, you don't start the meeting immediately. You wait for like 5 or 10 minutes for people to get settled in, for people to get comfortable before you start your meeting. You give people reminders. You tell people it's time for the meeting, especially if it's a virtual meeting, that the meeting have started. So you give people reminders. You let them know that okay, it's almost time, we're about to start. You prep them. In fact, a virtual assistant is like a host. You're a host and you are in charge. Get that word? You are what? In charge. So you need to carry yourself like somebody that is what? In charge. All right. So, and you always need to stay patient, you always need to stay professional, and you always need to represent yourself well. The way you represent yourself is the way you will be addressed. All right. So we welcome you all, and before we continue, I would just like us to just briefly introduce ourselves. Those of us that are in the call, just introduce yourself before we continue for today. So the floor is open. You can unmute and speak. Hello, introduce yourselves.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good tech. I'm excited to be part of this training. It's quite exciting. So, thank you for the opportunity once again. So, I am Charles Favor. I just graduated from Department of Chemistry in the Federal University of Technology. Where on the side, I do a lot of side jobs. So, I am a certified project manager. I work with Sway Enterprise and CTFX Africa. I also do other things. I love to cook. I love to create. I'm a creative as well. And not much. I'm still growing, still learning, still on learning. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We are proud of you. We are rooting for you. In fact, you're already a virtual assistant. Yeah, you're already a virtual because when people hear this word virtual assistant, it's like, oh, it's one big stuff. No, it's just using your digital skills to help people, help businesses to work better. It can be physical, it can be remote, it can be what? Hybrid. So we'll go over to the next person. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself? Hello. Next person on the call, can you introduce yourself? Jennifer, can you introduce yourself, please? Favor, can you still hear me or I'm not hearable again? All right, Jennifer, are you ready to introduce yourself? Okay, maybe she's not in a place where she can speak, so we'll just go ahead. So, Favor, if you can still hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up?
Hello, good morning.
Okay, good morning.
I'm Janet.
Okay, sorry, I was calling you
Um,
Jennifer.
no, Janet Williams, and I'm a public health officer by profession. Although I'm aspiring a product manager, and also I've loved this virtual assistant for a very long time, so I decided to also venture into it. I based in Owerri.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining this class. You won't regret joining us. So, going forward, I would like to tell us what is required from us, but I'll also introduce myself. My name is Enakeno. I'm going to be your trainer for this session. So, we're going to be having this class for 4 weeks, and we're going to be having it twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to be having it by 9 o'clock. All right, we're going to be having it by 9 o'clock. So my name is Enakeno. I'm a designer, I'm a trainer, and I'm also a virtual assistant. All right. So I help people digitally because they now know that I can do these things. They always reach out to me. And when people start reaching out to you because of the things you can do, you need to start making money from it. Yeah, we're not just virtual assistant for free. You need to start making money for it. Okay, so by the end of this course, I bet you start getting some urgent 2020k, some urgent 30k, and we're going to get you registered. We're going to teach you how to get registered so that you can start earning remotely. Okay, getting foreign jobs and doing little tasks for yourself. So what is required for you from this training? This training is what? Practical. This training is practical. So what is your role? Your role for this training is what? To attend all sessions. You need to what? Attend all sessions and show up for yourself. Okay? Especially the live classes. You need to complete all assignments and practical tasks. Yesterday we have our onboarding session. Some of us did not join. So we're going to be using Classroom. I don't know, are we all familiar with Google Classroom? If you are, can I get a thumbs up if you're familiar with Google Classroom? Because we're going to be using Classroom for our assignments, for our materials, and the rest of them. Janet, are you familiar with Google Classroom? I know you are. Okay, so you need to complete all assignments, you need to do all your practical tasks, then you need to stay active. This class is going to be an interactive class. Okay, always ask questions when you're not sure of anything, and then you need to practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so this training is practical and your growth depends on your participation. Now there are a lot of people that paid for this course. Some of them have not even onboarded, so it takes you to pay, it takes you to onboard, and it takes you to go through the course. So I celebrate the both of you for joining. Let me give you some flowers. Can you just celebrate yourself? That you paid and you are here is one thing. Then for you to finish the course is also another thing. Okay, so but I'm rooting for you guys, and I know that you're going to finish strong. Okay, so what is required from you? All you need is a smartphone or a laptop. But with a smartphone, you are good to go. With a smartphone, you are good to go as a virtual assistant. You can work for anybody remotely. Okay, and you need a stable internet connection, and you need a learning mindset. Now, some of us must have been doing these digital things small, small, like you're a project manager, you're already a nurse, you're already working, but you need a learning mindset to learn something new. Then you also need discipline and consistency. You need to be disciplined and consistent, all right? And you need to be willing to step out of your comfort zone, because we are going to stretch you, but I hope that you'll be able to go through. Now, what are you going to gain from this training? By the end of this training, you understand how a virtual assistant works. You will learn tools used by professionals. You will build practical skills that you can offer as a service. Now, the knowledge you have, you are to offer it as a what? Service. No more free jobs. No more free stuff. But I'm going to teach you how to start. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to start. That does not mean you should start charging people very, very high because you know these things or you can do these things. All right, so get ready to start your journey into remote work. Now, this is more than just a training. It's an opportunity to transform your skills. It's an opportunity to transform your mindsets. Like yesterday, I dropped a lot of notes in classroom, and I know some people have read it, and I know that you've gotten a little mindset shift from yesterday and today. So we want you to stay committed, we want you to stay consistent, and we want you to give it your best. We're excited to see you grow and succeed. So before I continue to tell us our curriculum and what we are going to be learning, I would just like you to tell me one thing that you've gotten from all the notes I dropped in classroom yesterday. Just tell me one thing that has resonated with you, one thing that has stuck with you as you go through this journey of learning how to be a virtual assistant. So I will go with Janet first. Janet, did you read through the stuff I dropped in classroom?
Yeah, I glanced through it. I
Okay.
didn't really get through it very well.
Okay, so from what you glanced, what did you get? Did you get anything? Even if it's one or two.
Yeah, I think I'm not the very type of person that always checks her mail consistently, but at least as a virtual assistant, she said I should always check my mail. It's up to twice daily.
All right. Okay, thank God you got that one. As a virtual assistant, your email should be your best friend, because clients will always reach you through your emails, apart from the ones that we chat with one on one, and they can change updates to instructions. So first thing first, as a virtual assistant, first thing in the morning you must check your email. First thing in the morning you must check your email. At noon check your email. At night check your email, at least 3 times a day. So I'm happy that you got that one at least. Okay, so please go back and read through the remaining notes, and you'll still get more tips to help you to become a better virtual assistant. All right, so let's go with Favor. What is one thing that resonated with you from the notes in classroom?
Okay, thank you, ma. So, like Miss Janet said, the mail checking. That was one thing I had to let it sink inside me because it's something that we don't do often over this place,
Okay.
over this side of the world. So the need to keep checking your mails, the need to be responsive, and not just being responsive, being responsible for some decisions too and actions. So that's what I got.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So we need to be responsive and we need to be intentional. Let me use the word intentional. You need to be intentional, and you also need to be what? Responsive. Okay? So I'm going to take us through what we're going to be learning through these 8 weeks. Can you see my screen? So through these 8 weeks, we're going to be going through introduction to virtual assistant. what is a virtual assistant, the roles, the responsibilities, and the opportunities in remote work. We're going to be going through this. We're going to learn digital communication skills, okay? Because as a virtual assistant, you're going to be communicating with your clients. So we're going to learn how to communicate with them through email writing professionally. We're going to learn how to chat with them. We're going to learn how to set meetings, okay? Because you're going to be creating meetings, you're going to be setting meetings for some of them, all right? And in case you want to have a chit chat with them, you don't just call them on the phone, you set meetings so that you are professional, okay? Then we're going to be learning productivity and time management. We're going to be learning management tools. Thank God, Favor is already a product manager, and Favor also, Janet also said she's an aspiring product manager. So you're going to be learning these tools. Favor, which project management tools do you use more?
I use Notion and Agile.
Okay, you use Notion and Agile. Notion is also very, very good. Okay, you've not heard of Trello and Asana. Have you heard of?
No, I've heard of Asana, but not the other one.
Okay, so we also have these are also
Uh,
project management tools. We have Trello, we have Asana, and these ones are used for like monitoring your tasks. So as a project manager, you should learn how to use Trello and Asana, either one of them. Asana is usually more complicated. We also have Jira. Have you heard of Jira? So have you heard of Jira?
Yeah.
no, ma.
Yes, I've heard of
Okay,
Jira.
okay, Janet, you've heard of Jira. So Jira and Asana, they are product management tools. I would like you to look into it and maybe take a course in them. Favor, it will help you as a product manager because it will help you to assign tasks. It will help you to assign tasks. Notion can do that a bit, but the best for it is either Trello, Asana, or Jira. Okay, it will help you to assign tasks, it will help you to move tasks. Like I can say, okay, Janet, you are washing plates today. Favor, you are sweeping the floor, and once Janet is done, I will move the card to another session. So we're going to learn how to use it anyway in the course of this program. So I would like you to take a special course in it as a product manager. Okay, it's going to help you a lot. We're going to learn time techniques, and we're going to learn how to work efficiently from home. We're going to learn Google Workspace, okay, because we're going to need this to work remotely. We're going to learn administrative support skills like calendar management, because you need to book tasks for your clients. Once your clients say, oh, I have this event, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get data, I want to do this, you're going to learn how to use calendar management for your clients. You're going to learn how to also schedule appointments, because you're going to be booking appointments for some of them depending on the area you choose to venture into. Okay, you're going to learn data entry and organization. Another thing we're going to learn through this course is social media support. Is there any one of us that have managed somebody's social media account before? Anyone?
No, I've not.
Okay, so we are going to be learning how to manage, because virtual assistance is in different areas. Okay, so we're going to be teaching you, taking you through all the top areas so that you now know the one you will venture into depending on the one you are comfortable with. All right, so I've mentioned documentation, I've mentioned data entry, now I'm mentioning social media. You can manage some people's social media accounts. So virtual assistant is in different areas. Okay, so you need to look for the one that resonates with you, the one you are more comfortable with, and then you grow in that area. With time, you can now start adding others. With time, you can now start adding others. So start with one. All right, start with one. It can be the project management side, it can be social media area, it can be data, it can be research. Just be comfortable with one and grow in it before you move to another. Okay, we're going to teach you how to create content for social media, how to do simple graphic creation, because for social media they need visuals. All right, so you need to learn how to create visuals and all that. We're also going to learn how to do research. So there are some virtual assistant job that will require you to conduct research. So I'm going to teach you how to do effective research, how to collect data, and how to report the data. Okay, so this is where presentation comes into place. You need to learn how to create presentation so that you report anything you do. You need to put it in a presentation. For example, you saw the slide I'm using. It's very beautiful. I created it myself. How many of us are comfortable creating presentations? We need to learn to create beautiful presentations. Then we're also going to teach you how to get freelancing jobs, how to get clients, different platforms that you can register in, how to write proposals. We're also going to teach you work ethics and professionalism. And lastly, we're going to go into project and certification. So it's a whole lot, and I hope we are ready to go through with it. So if you are excited, can I just get some thumbs up? Or can I get some thumbs up if you're excited to be in this class? All right, so we're going to get started right away. So like I said, welcome to this training, and I've given you an overview of what we're going to be learning. So next off, we're going into what is a virtual assistant. But before we go into what is a virtual assistant, being a virtual assistant means you need to be bold and confident. Believe you me, I used to be a very, very shy person. Like very shy. I just love my space, and I just want to be in my space. But getting this knowledge helped me to know that I need to get myself out there. Because if you know these skills and people don't know about it, then you've lost. If you have these skills and people don't know about it, then you're lost. So the first thing first, being a virtual assistant, is being bold and confident. So if you are bold and you're confident in this room, can I just get some flowers? If you are bold and if you're confident, you just need to be bold and confident to be a virtual assistant. Because you need to tell people what you can do. You need to show people what you can do. And you don't need to be ashamed or shy of yourself. You need to put your face out there. Yes, your face, it needs to come out. It needs to show. Your shoe needs to shine. Your face needs to show. Your voice needs to be heard. Whichever way you want to start with it. And how do we do this? That is where our social media space comes into play. So first thing first, as a virtual assistant, we have a professional social media space for career growth, which is what? LinkedIn. So as a virtual assistant, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, you're wrong. So those of us in this class, do we have a LinkedIn account? Because that is where we'll get started. You need to tell people what you do. You need to show people what you do. And it starts with having a LinkedIn account. And from this training, as we have started, you're going to start telling people what you do from today. Because if you want to apply as a virtual assistant, you need to show people your portfolio. That is what you do. It is different from your CV. And for you to build a portfolio, you need to start telling people what you're doing. As you're telling them what you're doing, it starts from learning. You're building your portfolio. So first thing first, I'm going to allow us to share our screen. Because from today, you're going to follow us on social media, especially on LinkedIn and Facebook. At the end of every class, you are going to post what you learned and what you can do on your social media accounts, and you're going to tag us. All right? You're going to tag us. So have we all followed? So we're
Okay.
going to go into what is a virtual assistant. Want to understand who a virtual assistant is, or what does a virtual assistant do? Okay? So a virtual assistant is a professional. Is a professional who provides administrative, technical, or creative support to individuals. So a virtual assistant is someone who creates what? Provides administrative, technical, or creative support to individuals or businesses, remotely or hybrid. It could be remote or it could be hybrid, using digital tools. You can take a screenshot of this page so that when you want to post at the end of today what you learned, you can use this screenshot. All right, so you can post it, you can take a screenshot of this page. So a virtual assistant can work from home or anywhere. A virtual assistant can work from home or anywhere. What do virtual assistants do? They support clients online. Virtual assistants support clients online, and they use tools like emails, they use tools like cloud storage, and they use communication apps. They use tools like emails, they use tools like cloud storage, and they use communication apps. A virtual assistant, like I said before, is a remote professional, so you must not be physical with the person, but you can also work physically with people as a virtual assistant. What is your job? You help businesses, you help individuals to handle tasks. You understand? Any digital task you can help them with. You help them handle tasks online, and it's not all the time you must be present, but sometimes you can be present. Okay, so one thing you must know is that you're offering a service. You're offering a service. A virtual assistant is offering a service of the skills you know. You can work with multiple clients at once. That is a good thing about a virtual assistant. You can work with multiple clients at once using your phone or your laptop. A business owner can be in the UK, can be in Lagos, can be in Port Harcourt, and they can hire you to do some work for them, like either managing their emails or scheduling meetings or doing an online work. All right, so what are the roles of a virtual assistant? The roles of a virtual assistant is that they can handle a variety of tasks, from managing emails, like I said before. You can be responding to clients online, you can schedule meetings, you can manage their calendars, you can take data for them, so they can ask you to collate data for them. You can organize their documents, you can write documents for them or create spreadsheets for them. You can also do social media management. So virtual assistant can manage social media accounts. All right, they'll just give you an access. You can create content and post for them online. You can also be a customer support to their business, help them reach their business, sending broadcast messages, reaching out to their customers, and all that. So we have different types of virtual assistants. All right, so you can either say I want to be in the administrative parts, depending on the one that resonates with you. You can either be under file organization or communication, whichever one you are more comfortable with. Okay, so what are the opportunities for virtual assistants? Opportunities is that we can work with clients from different parts of the world. We can work with clients from different parts of the world. We can freelance and work remotely from home. You can even be doing your normal regular job and be a virtual assistant, and you have a flexible work schedule. All right, so we have admin virtual assistants, we have social media virtual assistants, we have executive virtual assistants, we have customer support, and the rest of them. So what are the skills you need as a virtual assistant? It's just basic digital literacy. You don't need any special thing. Basic digital literacy, and you need good communication skills. You also need to have time management and organization skill. You need to know how to manage your time as a virtual assistant. You need to know how to pay attention to details, and you need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to learn and adapt. All right, you need to be willing to learn, adapt, and you need to be able to solve problems for people. That is one major task of a virtual assistant, solving problems for people. Okay, so what are the common tools we use as a virtual assistant? We use communication tools like Zoom, Google Meet. We also use Slack. We use productivity tools like Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Trello, and we're going to teach you all this throughout the course. We also use CRM tools like HubSpot to manage emails and the rest of them. So by the end of this session, you're going to understand how to work as a virtual assistant. You're going to recognize opportunities, what you can do confidently, and you're going to be confident about starting your virtual assistant journey. All right, so can you just tell me one thing you got as the role of what a virtual assistant is? Can you just tell me one thing you got?
As a virtual assistant, I help manage people's business accounts, and also I can work from anywhere, and also it's not necessarily white. I can work from any workforce, and any can be
Anybody.
remote, it can be anybody,
It
can
can
be
be
remote, it
physical.
can be
It can be your friend. Your friend has a business, so don't put it in your head that until I get one white job that is virtual assistant. No, your friend has a business and she's struggling. You can tell her, let me manage your social media account, pay me 50K, pay me 30K. You're already a virtual assistant. Do you understand? It can be your husband, it can be your sister, it can be your church member, it can be your pastor. You see that your pastor is struggling with managing his time. Sir, can I manage your calendar so that you don't miss two appointments, two preaching things? Are you getting me? So it can be anybody around, as far as you can help them to solve their problems digitally. Okay? So as a virtual assistant, you need to identify at least a service that you can offer. What can you do to solve people's problem? That is just what a virtual assistant is.